Local support for WUWF comes from the law firm of Clark Partington Hart, with 35 attorneys providing a full range of legal services, including the practice areas of commercial and general litigation, business and real estate transactions, tax and estate planning, oil spill claims, and land use and environmental law. From offices in Pensacola, Destin, Watercolor, and Tallahassee. On the web at cphlaw.com.
From the heart of Florida's great Northwest, it's radio. Indeed it is. Woo! This is Pat Crawford, hoping you'll stay with us for some great music and conversation here aboard our stage studio, located in the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village. And what a great show we have tonight. What a great audience. Give yourselves a big hand. Woo! Okay, this show is very special tonight for many, many reasons. This is our return to the air after a 2-year hiatus. We are glad to be back. We appreciate the support of Clark Partington Hart, as you just heard. They're on the website. Yay! But I want to thank some people that have helped make this possible. Of course, I always want to thank my staff, who, without them, this would not happen. This would not be possible. I want to thank all the great artists we have on Radio Live that are reasons for you all to keep coming and hearing the program. I want to thank the folks who took the grassroots approach of fundraising 3 years ago now almost, and trying to keep this program going and kept it going for a year. We had the Jim Diehouse Memorial Radio Live Fund, which kept us going. We appreciate that. Jim was a great spirit who was always here in the front row or the second row and never missed a Radio Live. I've often joked he attended more Radio Lives than I did even, so that was awesome. I want to thank Joe Trapp, the Trapp Family Coffee Bar, our friends from Keen's Beans, who kept us going with their tip jars, and of course, you, the audience, for filling our tip jar at the door on your way in and your way out has kept the show going as well, and we hope that you'll continue to do that so the show can keep going in perpetuity. Lots of great reasons, but tonight is also special because tonight is the 25th anniversary of the first broadcast of Radio Live. Now, is there anybody here tonight who was there in September of 1988? A couple. Well, you know, he was actually on the show. Yes. Yes, of course, Pat Diehouse was there. Just as I suspected, I have finally outlived the entire Radio Live audience. So you're a new bunch, but that's okay. We'll keep moving on. I'm not dying off anytime soon. But we have a great show tonight. We've got Mr. Grant Peeples here with us tonight. We've got the Sarah Mack Band. But we're going to start with some good friends who've been on Radio Live many, many times, and I called them as soon as I knew we were coming back on, and I said, I want you guys to be back on the first show, and fortunately it worked out. Smithfield Fair had its start right here in Pensacola, actually, 40 years ago. It's done a bit of everything from movie music to television since that time, and they have performed at the World's Fair, the Kerrville Folk Festival, the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, the Scottish Highland Games, and legendary clubs and stages throughout America and in Scotland. They performed with the likes of Arlo Guthrie, Jesse Winchester, Nancy Griffith, John Prine, and the Washington Squares. Since adopting their current name in 1989, they've become acknowledged as one of the foremost presenters of traditionally Scottish-based music in North America. They've just released their 28th album of original music and maintained the focus they started with, original songs, strong harmonies, and acoustic instruments. As a favor to us, they wrote and recorded a special public radio song that has become a favorite among many of our listeners. The song's called Radio, as a matter of fact. Please join me in welcoming Jan, Bob, and Dudley Bryan Smith, Smithfield Fair.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to be back. What Pat doesn't know is that we just sat down when they told us that Radio Live was going on hiatus. We just sat down where we were and waited. And waited for the phone to ring and waited. And when we were finally finished waiting, Pat called, and here we are.
Yeah. Hold on. I've got no signal in my mind. They've been conspiring against me again.
There, now you've got...
They said no. I don't
No.
have any there. Hello, testing. Mike. Everybody always calls for him anyway. There he is.
It's Jeff's
I
fault.
think we
There
found
we
him.
go. Okay. Boy, it's hard to believe that you could get 20,000 people in this small area here.
Thank you, Wembley. This is a tune off our new album called A Second Cup.
It's about second chances, which are just wonderful, aren't they? The leaves changed and time changed. The clock fell back at 2, and we fell back in love. I got a second chance with you. A second cup of coffee, a second more of you. A second chance was chance enough to get me back to you. A second more to dream of another day with you. Sometimes a second chance is all we need to get through morning. Came late with another dream or two, and in a hazy fog of bliss and you, my crazy dream came true. A second cup of coffee, a second more of you. A second chance was chance enough to get me back to you. A second more to dream of another day with you. Sometimes a second chance is all we need to get us through. A second cup of coffee, a second more of you. A second chance was chance enough to get me back to you. A second more to dream of another day with you. Sometimes a second chance is all we need to get us through. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, especially you guys on the 50-yard line over there. We appreciate that. Get a kind of a sports theme going here. He really did this so he could get a mic cord to match his tie. It had nothing to do with sound. He was miming the whole time. But he wanted that blue cord. He saw it in the case a while ago.
He will get his way.
What Dudley
that's
doesn't
true.
know, I've been miming for a long time.
How many times will I have to say I want you? Are you listening? Do you hear the words I'm saying? Why do you run in fear when someone reaches out to you? Chances are you got it all right here, and I will be waiting when you stop and look around. I will be waiting when you turn around. Well, is it a question of my holding on too tightly? What can I say to make you understand I'm sorry? What is the problem here inside your heart and body? Chances are I'll always want to hold you near, and I will be waiting when you stop and look around. I will be waiting when you turn around. Chances are that you'll run far. Chances are, and chances are you'll see me waiting where you are, and I will be waiting when you stop and look around. I will be waiting when you turn around. Chances are, go on and turn around. Chances are, there I'll be found. Chances are, when you turn around. Chances are, oh, 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 oh. This is the aforementioned song Radio. Pat calls this the classic Coke version.
Because there is a version out there by a Swedish 80s rock star.
I think he's Dutch and his name is
Oh.
Perry Linus.
Dutch, I'm sorry. Sorry, Sweden.
So if you want to hear this as it would have sounded if, say, John Waite did this, or any of those 80s bands, you listen to Perry's version. This is called Radio, and it harkens back to those days when radio was such an important thing to everyone. It still is very important. I think people take it for granted these days, but we found out during the hurricane that was going on while this was written how important radio was. It was our only link to the outside world, being in Baton Rouge, and we were ecstatic, to hear anything, because everything was down, all the power was down, and it was a hand crank radio and a battery radio that got us through those. So radio means even more now. Radio.
When we were small, radio was king. A door to the world, admission free. With glimpses of places that we longed to go, it offered dreams to hold. And as we grew, radio was there. It changed us all and gave us songs to share. We could ride the evening airwaves till the morning's glow. Anywhere we'd go on the radio, on the radio, on the radio, on the radio, on the road or at home. You are never alone when you want to know how goes the world. let the dial roll to the radio, to the radio, on the radio, on the radio. Every day we wake, something else has changed, something has been lost, something has been gained. It is now a noble family we're connected to, and to orchestrate us through is the radio, a magic carpet ride, a voice of hope on illuminated dial, like a beacon in the night, a universal key, and it still is free, and it still is king, and it still is king. On the road or at home, we are never alone. When you want to know how goes the world, let the dial roll to the radio, to the radio, to the radio, to the radio.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Couldn't come all this way without doing a little bit of gospel for you. Jan's famous for last-minute songwriting. Every time we do an album, we script it out, we get it all ready, we're going to do this, this is how we're going to do it, and we put it all together, and we're done. And just as we're walking out the studio, chances are she says, wait, I have this song you might want to think about for this album. And this is one of them, and you say, can't leave that one off.
I'm deadline challenged. It's 4 in the morning, and I have been thinking about what you told me. I still hear your voice, just a few sad words. Oh, I wish I were dreaming. These trials are never our choice. I go to the window and stare at the stars. They used to be so lovely, now they're just far. My mind, it is spinning, but my senses are numb. Will it ever be morning? Will peace ever come? Oh, then I remember that God never sleeps, nor falters, nor fails, in war or in peace, in joy or in sorrow, today or tomorrow. I remember that God never sleeps. The news came today, it cut like a knife. I wish I could turn back the cold hands of time. My whole world has changed. They snuffed out a light that used to shine so brightly in my every night. And I know there's a reason, a time and a season for everything under the sun. But this darkness surrounds me, and my loss, how it haunts me till I feel all alone and undone. Oh, then I remember that God never sleeps, nor falters, nor fails, in war or in peace, in joy or in sorrow, today or nor falters nor fails, in war or in peace, in joy or in sorrow, today or tomorrow, I remember that God never sleeps. Oh, I remember that God never sleeps.
Jen Smith, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back. Thank you.
Smithfield Fair. And as they said, they will be back in the second half of the program. And the program is Radio Live. Support for Radio Live comes from the law firm of Clark Partington Hart, with 35 attorneys providing a full range of legal services, including the practice areas of commercial and general litigation, business and real estate transactions, tax and estate planning, oil spill claims, and land use and environmental law. From offices in Pensacola, Destin, Watercolor, and Tallahassee, on the web at cphlaw.com. Additionally, accommodations for Radio Live artists are provided by the Hilton Pensacola Beach Gulf Front. All right. Get ready for some fun now. Grant Peeples is a seventh-generation Floridian and a former expatriate, having spent 11 years on a tiny island off the coast of Nicaragua, where he installed the island's first flushing toilet. He returned in 2006 to a very different homeland, an experience that shaped much of his finger-in-your-eye style songwriting. With a voice No Depression magazine said sounds like a '57 Chevy with glass mufflers, and songs that the radio blog Routes and Branches deemed smart, strong lyrics that mean something and say it in a way that you haven't heard before, Grant continues to receive rave reviews for his writing and performances. Songwriting legend Bobby Braddock describes him as like John Prine, but with a southern bent, and Music News Nashville calls him a guitar-slinging poet. Never one to be pigeonholed, however, Grant describes himself like this: I'm a vegetarian that watches NASCAR, a tree hugger that keeps a gun under the seat. Accompanying Grant tonight, and his partner for quite a while on the road, and for not much longer, I understand, for a while. Gonna hate to miss him, Mr. Eric Alvar. So please join me in welcoming Grant Peeples.
Thank you. This first thing is called High Octane Generation. So long to the high octane generation and all its faulty heirs, who at long last, having learned to live without beauty or any of her manifestations, can just sit here on this bank of sand and watch the river flow, black and backwards. Praise now the plastic tunes and tooth whiteners, the square boxes, the straight liners, the lighted paths and hand sanitizers, the beige spectrums of knowledge, the bumbling self-righteous light we have spit into the very eye of the atom. We, the high-octane generation, have been weakened by a pathological need for power steering, air conditioning, fuel injection, solid-state ignition, and push-button roadside assistance from a revisionist dashboard savior with blood in his feline eye. But time was, we had our valves ground down, man. We had our hearts bored out. We had points and coils and rotors. We had bumpers, and brother, we had chrome. Back then, we could bleed our brakes, advance a spark, torque our heads. And there was no goddamn check engine light because we checked our engines every day. We sat with them while they idled. We listened to their intonations. and laid our hands upon the valve covers as we breathed the secrets of our hearts into their manifolds. Yeah, we were masters at backseat acrobatics. But all that was just humping it up inside a poem that we knew by heart. You see, these machines, they were extensions of our understandings of all things, both material and spiritual, and to such an extent that speed and horsepower were not just quantitative realities. No, they were allegories that fueled our passions, drove our ideals, and mapped out our interior destinations across the crooked fields of time. I have no idea what has happened to this high-octane generation, why it can no longer burn rubber, why it resists lifting the hood to see the power, or how it has arrived at such a place that owning a car that can park itself would appear to be nothing to be ashamed of. Or then maybe I do, but that would be another poem. Worried man with a worried mind. Nothing in front of me, ain't nothing behind. This woman on my lap, she's sipping champagne. She got white skin, assassin's eyes. She's staring up into the sapphire skies. I'm a well-dressed man, I'm waiting on the last train. Standing on the gallows, a head and a noose. And any minute now all hell will break loose. You see, people are crazy and times are strange. I'm locked in tight, I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. Town ain't doing me any good. I ought to be out there in Austin or Hollywood. For a minute there, I swear I thought I seen something move. I'm gonna take dancing lessons with a jitterbug rag. I ain't afraid of nothing. I'll even dress in drag. A fool would feel he had something left here to prove. Lot of water under the bridge, lot of other stuff too. Don't you get up now, gentlemen, I'm only passing through. You see, people are crazy, times are strange. I'm locked in tight, I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. hurt easy, but just don't show it. You can hurt me bad and not even know it. Well, the next 60 seconds will be like an eternity. I'm gonna get down low and rise up high. All the talk in the world is one big lie. I'm in love with this woman and she don't even appeal to me. Tiger Woods and Mr. Wiener, they jumped in a lake. No, but I'm not so eager to make that kind of mistake. Yes, the people are crazy, times are strange. I'm locked in tight, I'm out of range. I used to care, but things have changed. I used to care, but everything has changed. That was Sarah Mack. You're going to be... You're going to be seeing and hearing some more of her tonight. Eric Alvar over on my right. Eric and I started playing together. He was 19 years old. He was a student at Florida State, and we toured together for 3 years. And he graduated this year with a degree in music and moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And y'all have heard all the hard stories about people going to Nashville, and they have to, you know, all the time it takes before they finally get noticed. And Eric was there 10 days, and he got a job with one of the best bluegrass bands in the country, touring, called the Roys. And so he's now, last summer, he and I rode around the country. We went all the way to play to Seattle. We drove all the way in a Honda Fit out there and back with that damn bass in the Honda Fit. And so now he's on a tour bus, and he has a bunk on the tour bus, and his bass has its own bunk on the tour. This is a song, I moved back from Nicaragua in 2006, and the whole economy was going really bad in Florida, and we had a governor then that thought that a new state song was in order to try to get people to come down here and spend money. And so I entered this song contest, and I lost. In the middle of the winter, when you need a vacation, come where the sun and the sand is waiting. Right down here at the bottom of our nation, I'm talking about Florida. Yeah, come on down to the Sunshine State and bring your money, check out the place. But chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, there's 1,000 new residents coming down every day. They're all moving in and buying up the place. They're filling in the swamps to make some more space. And man, we're starting to need it. We got snake farms and alligator wrestlers, more state executions than anywhere but Texas. Shuffleboard and wet t-shirt contestants. Man, you gotta see it to believe it. You come on down to the Sunshine State. You bring your money, check out the place. Chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, we're #1 in lightning strikes, snake bites, alligator and shark attacks. We got 1 million illegal aliens to sack all our trash, clean toilets, wash dishes, and cut the grass. I'm telling you, it's heaven. We feature one golf course for every man, woman, and child. We cut down the trees you get to see for miles. Don't it seem like a place you could kick back a while? Dude, it don't get no better. Yeah, come on down to the Sunshine State. You bring your money, check out the place. Chances decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. We got these federally subsidized sugar plantations. They're bigger and richer than most European nations. They own our politicians and hire all the Haitians. It's what you call a sweet deal. Well, everybody said it was some kind of joke when we said it ain't over till your brother counts the votes. And 12 years later, y'all elected Rick Scott. It's what you call a snake steal. Come on down to the Sunshine State and bring your money, check out the place. But chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Well, our school system rates higher than Mississippi and Louisiana. And though we ain't up there with Arkansas and Alabama, 10% of our children wind up in the slammer. And that's gotta count for something. You see, we ain't got no state income tax, man, 'cause we just screw all these Yankee tourists, and that kind of makes up for that. It's the service-based economy that keeps us fat, and a lot of fried mullet. Come on down to the Sunshine State and bring your money, check out the place. Well, chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody else does. Come on down to the Sunshine State and bring your money, check out the place. The chances are you'll decide to stay. Hell, everybody.
All right, Mr. Grant Peeples, and he will be back in the second half of the program as well. You're listening to Radio Live, coming to you live from the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village, and broadcast on WUWF 88.1 FM. We are listener-supported public radio from the University of West Florida. We're also online at WUWF.org. We're on TV at WUWF TV, or .tv. We're on Channel 4 on Escambia, in Escambia County on Cox Cable, and we are on the new mobile app that you can get for your iPhone, your Android device, your tablets, whatever you have. Go load the app on and get all the great programming that we bring you on demand, so you can listen to it when it's convenient for you. All right. Y'all having a good time? Good, good. All right. Claire Swindle, Charlie Vitcher, and Sarah Mack joined forces in early 2005, aspiring to create original music blending blues, jazz, and acoustic rock that's been classified as both Americana and alternative. The band has numerous recordings, their most recent being Static and Signals, which was released in 2012. And Sarah has just released a duet album with Mr. Grant Peeples, Live at the Mockingbird. In fact, it was just released this week, so you need to look out for that. Sarah's vocals drive the band, as well as playing the guitar and piano. It was widely thought that she was an intuitive natural musician until she acquired an accordion, which she's been unable to learn how to play so far, much to the relief of her band members. Guitarist Charlie, the oldest member of the Sarah Mack Band, lost his passport, which prevented the Sarah Mack Band from co-headlining U2's last world tour. I read this on their website, so it has to be true. He complains that his life is ruled by women, Sarah and Claire in the context of the band, and his amazing wife, Jay, otherwise. Claire is the bassist, the business, and the brains behind the Sarah Mack Band franchise, sending out detailed weekly schedules to everyone, first thing on Monday mornings, to keep them all on track. She suffers from insomnia, which makes her the official driver for travel after late-night gigs, like tonight, for example. Please welcome the Sarah Mack Band.
not that I'm in too fragile a place. I'm scared that all these bitter feelings, they might blossom into full-fledged hate, and I don't want to be that way. And I don't want to hear that you snuck in and sat at the back row of my show. 'Cause I don't need your dirty money anymore, 'cause now I've got my own. It's funny that I just can't get away, no matter how hard I try. Another bottle, another night. It's funny that I just can't seem to go when I'm wanting against my will. And I know the things I know, and I know too much about you, baby. And it makes me ill when I think about the crazy things you do. Someone should save you. I don't want to hear you talk about it. You spent all the words that you had banked away. You know that I would choose avoidance over tragedy any day. It's funny that I just can't get away, no matter how hard I try. Another bottle, another night. It's funny that the time just goes so slow when I'm wanting against my will. And I know the things I know, and I know too much about you, baby. And it makes me ill when I think about the crazy things you do. Someone should save you. But they can only do what you will let them do. But you're happy with your misery, living alone because you can't have me. I won't live my life half dead or running, trying to survive on my wit and cunning. And you can't see, but it's plain to me. You might fool yourself, but you can't fool me. I lived that lie, it all seemed fine until time ran out. I was under the gun 'cause I know too much about it, baby. And it makes me ill when I think about all the things that we used to do, because I know too much about you, baby. And it makes me ill when I think about the crazy things you do. Someone should save you. ever album that is actually no longer in print. But this is a new one from the brand new album that just came out. A voodoo doctor's out there eating now. Must have put a spell on me, took a piece of my soul. One that I thought was free, 'cause my thinking's kinda twisted now. Darker than it was before, I have a different kind of wisdom now. Thoughts that I don't want anymore, and I say, this doesn't feel like me. It's not the way I used to be now. I'm confused by what I see. This ain't what he said I'd be. Thinking bad is good now, and what was wrong seems right. I don't know what's gotten into me, but some things you just can't fight. I wanna bring somebody with me as I spiral down this hole. You know the dark is such a lonely place. Oh, when it captures your soul, and I say, this doesn't feel like me. It's not the way I used to be now. Well, I'm confused by what I see. This ain't what he said I'd be. In the cool of the evening, I hear some footsteps coming. I know it can't be good, 'cause I'm sure they're bound to notice the darkness weaving in the parts that used to be me. I slip into the shadows, 'cause I know there's trouble brewing. I see a man coming, he knows what I've been doing. He looks into my eyes, he can see that I'm no longer me. I should stay in that old cabin, but my eyes wanted more. The doctor knew that I was out there, so he pulled me in through the door, and I say, this doesn't feel like me. It's not the way I used to be, no. Well, I'm confused by what I see. This ain't
was Miss Sarah Mack. One thing they didn't tell you is there's some list came out a while back. She was voted the number 14 of, 14 top singers now on a list with a whole bunch of famous people. Like, who was on there, Claire?
Emmylou Harris.
Emmylou Harris.
Alison Krauss.
Yes.
Nora Jones.
Yes.
And Sarah Mack.
And Sarah Mack.
It was pretty shocking. Thank you.
Sometimes we like to do a little blues. I hope you guys are okay with that.
Hey, 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 I got my ticket, baby, and I'm headed out there soon. Oh, so get ready now, 'cause I'm getting ready now to pour my love out all over you. 'Cause I've been so lonely out here, sugar, and I just wanna hold your hand and get to do what a woman will get to do when she's with her man, yeah. No, I don't need no wine. Don't bother with candlelight. Just tell me that you're all mine. That's what keeps me satisfied. So I'll see you, yeah, at the station, sugar, at 3 on Thursday afternoon. Then we won't see a living soul till Sunday morning when we finally leave your room. Oh no, don't buy me no flowers, darling. You don't have to spend a dime. Just kiss me and hold me tight. That's what keeps me satisfied. My baby. Darling, use your money on other things. Don't be troubled and stressing and broke. No, no, not on account of me, 'cause I don't want for nothing, sugar. And oh, you know I'll be just fine if you would just give me all your affection. That's what keeps me satisfied. So I'll see you at the station, sugar, at 3 on Thursday afternoon. So get ready now.
you. Thanks, guys.
The Sarah Mack Band. All right, they're also going to be back with us. We got a lot of entertainment still ahead of us tonight. Support for Radio Live comes from the law firm of Clark Partington Hart, with 35 attorneys providing a full range of legal services, including the practice areas of commercial and general litigation, business and real estate transactions, tax and estate planning, oil spill claims, and land use and environmental law. From offices in Pensacola, Destin, Watercolor, and Tallahassee. On the web at cphlaw.com. Additionally, accommodations for Radio Live artists are provided by the Hilton Beach Gulfront. All right. Just a reminder, we do this show the first Thursday live of every month, again now, finally, down here in the Museum of Commerce in the historic Pensacola Village. And it is supported by the generosity of our underwriters, but also by you, the listener, and the audience who's here tonight. If you enjoy the show tonight, think of it as a fine dinner, and perhaps leave a nice, generous tip in the tip jar by the door on your way out. We appreciate that. Also, you can have some free coffee over here at the Keen's Beans Coffee Bar and taste some of their treats if there are any of them still there. And they have a tip jar as well, and all of that goes to support this program, to keep it free so that everybody can come. This program also supports the Manna Food Pantry. I want you to make sure you're aware of that. Many of you know, you just bring some canned goods for the Manna Food when you come to the show, and we help that organization as well. All right, once again, our friends, Smithfield Fair.
Yes.